Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to put your knowledge to the test with a Canadian Civics Pop Quiz. And get this, these are real questions pulled straight from Canada's official citizenship test. So, think you've got what it takes? Let's find out.
So here it is, the big question. Could you pass? Doesn't matter if you're a lifelong citizen, a newcomer, or you're just a little curious about the Great White North, this is your chance to see how you stack up. Go ahead and grab a notepad or just play along in your head. You ready? Okay, let's kick things off with our very first round, the land and its people.
First up, a little geography for you. What is the largest city in Canada? Is it A, Vancouver, B, Montreal, C, Calgary, or D, Toronto? Go ahead, lock in your answer. If you said D, Toronto, ding, 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 you are correct. And you know, it's not just the biggest by population. Toronto is pretty much the undisputed economic engine of the country. It's home to the main stock exchange and the headquarters for all 5 of Canada's largest banks.
All right, next up, a history question. Which of these provinces was the very last one to join the Canadian Confederation? Was it A, British Columbia, B, Alberta, C, Newfoundland and Labrador, or D, Prince Edward Island?
And the answer is C, Newfoundland and Labrador. Yeah, they're a relative newcomer to the party. They officially became Canada's 10th province way back in 1949, and only after 2 very close referendums on the whole thing.
Okay, this next one is a very, very important question about Canada's history. What group negotiated treaties with the Crown? Your options are A, immigrants, B, First Nations, C, French settlers, or D, loyalists.
The correct answer here is B, First Nations. And it is so crucial to understand that these treaties, they aren't just old historical documents. They are living, breathing, constitutionally recognized agreements that continue to shape the relationship between Indigenous peoples and the Crown to this day. You know, understanding that history is absolutely key to understanding modern Canada. And speaking of how Canada works, let's move right into our next round, how Canada's government works.
Let's start with the basics, shall we? What is Canada's system of government? Is it A, a republic, B, an absolute monarchy, C, a constitutional monarchy, or D, a dictatorship?
And the correct answer is C, a constitutional monarchy. So what does that actually mean? Well, it means that while Canada does have a monarch as the head of state, they reign according to the Constitution. Their role is really symbolic, and the real power to govern rests with the parliament that we elect.
Speaking of government, picture this. A bill has passed through Parliament. Who is the person that gives it that final signature to make it an official law? Is it A, the Prime Minister, B, the Speaker of the House, C, the Governor General, or D, the Chief Justice? And the answer is C, the Governor General. This whole formal step is called royal assent, and the Governor General performs this duty on behalf of the monarch, officially turning a bill into an act of Parliament.
So Canada has different levels of government, right? So let's talk about the one closest to home. What is the main role of your local municipal government? Is it A, defense, B, foreign policy, C, local services, or D, immigration? If you picked C, local services, you absolutely nailed it. I mean, think about your daily life, right? Things like your local parks, garbage and recycling pickup, the roads in your neighborhood, public transit. That's all handled by your municipal government.
And this slide here just lays it all out perfectly. As you can see, all those other options from the question, defense, foreign policy, and immigration, those are all major responsibilities of the federal government. Knowing who does what is just so key to being an informed citizen. And that brings us to our final and maybe our most important round, your rights and duties.
Okay, this one reaches way, way back in history. The Great Charter of Freedoms, which is a cornerstone of our legal traditions, what is it also known as? Is it A, the Constitution Act, B, the Magna Carta, C, the Bill of Rights, or D, the Treaty of Paris?
The answer is B, the Magna Carta. And yeah, I know it was signed in England all the way back in 1215, but it was a gigantic first step in establishing individual rights and this idea that everyone, even the king, is subject to the law.
And you know, that ancient principle leads us perfectly into our next question, which is all about a modern Canadian value. What does equality really mean in a Canadian context? Does it mean A, that everyone is identical, B, that only citizens have rights, C, that all are equal under the law, or D, that men have more rights?
The answer, and this one is so important, is C. The fundamental principle is that every single individual is equal before and under the law without any discrimination.
Let's just pause for a moment on this slide because this concept is so critical. Equality under the law means the law applies to everyone in the exact same way. It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you have, or where you come from. Nobody gets special treatment, and nobody is above the law. It is a bedrock principle of Canadian society.
Okay, let's move from principles to practice. What is one of the key rights that comes with being a Canadian citizen? Your options are A, free housing, B, voting rights, C, no taxes, or D, guaranteed employment.
And the answer is B, and it's a big one, voting rights. The right to actually have your say in how the country is run by voting in federal, provincial, and municipal elections. That is one of the most fundamental privileges and responsibilities of being a Canadian citizen.
All right, here it is, our final question of the quiz. At the very end of their long journey, what is the core promise that new citizens make in their oath of citizenship? Is it A, to work for the government, B, to serve in the military, C, to obey Canadian laws, or D, to vote in every election?
And the final answer is C. The promise to faithfully observe the laws of Canada is a fundamental part of that oath of citizenship. It's a really solemn pledge taken by every new member of the Canadian family.
So, how'd you do? Did you pass the test? Beyond just getting the answers right, our final slide leaves you with a question to really think about. Whether you were born here or you chose to make this your home, what is that promise to obey the laws and fulfill your duties as a citizen? What does that truly mean to you? It's something for all of us to reflect on. Thanks for putting your knowledge to the test with us today.